It'll be good for the like
longevity of the film.
If you died, like 6 months from now, just like
let me work on that.
Do you mind the term hangout movie, which people seem to want to increasingly use to describe your movies?
I don't know. I guess there's something accurate about that, but you know, it's a pretty formal hangout as far as script and ideas. It's not that casual, but yeah, that term, I saw it kind of come into being the last 10 years or so.
Because Ethan, do the two of you spend a lot of time together? Do you
we don't like each other at all.
Hang out
yeah,
much
no,
aside from
never.
I know. Yeah,
I'm obsessed with this.
We just work together, but other than that,
we don't. Yeah, I mean, we've known each other a long time now. Speaking of hangout movies,
yeah,
I think that
30
term. What I like about that term is it implies being with the characters and having the characters not subjected to plot. And so I kind of like the hangout movie thing. And
it
so,
makes sense. That is my goal a lot. Like we're going back to this moment in time when we're just with these people. We are hanging out. So.
And that's what we do for the last 30 years is hang out. But this is the first movie we've made together in 10 years. So I mean, it happened so fast. The 10 years, I mean.
I know. That means we did 8 films together in the first 22 years or
so.
Because
we're really lagging. We're really lagging.
Yeah, we'll have to catch up. But yeah, well, it felt like we made this for 10 years because we've been talking about it for 10 years.
Yeah.
So, you know,
He gave me the script like 12 years ago.
Yeah, so it's been on our radar and in our development. You know, when I would be in New York, we would kind of do a reading or just talk about it, working with Robert Kaplow, this writer friend of mine who we developed this with. So,
because what does it mean to the two of you to have this long and productive relationship between the two of you?
It's a lot of films, you know. It's a good.
It's not a lot of thought goes into it.
Yeah, it's nothing.
You know, we're kind of following the river as it takes us. You know, there wasn't some big agenda like, oh, let's make 10 movies together and we have to complete it.
Yeah, I remember before Sunrise, 30 years ago this year, someone asked you, were you guys going to work together again? We kind of looked at each other like, I hope so. I mean, you know, who knows? Who knows? But
I remember leaving that rap party, and wasn't it like Germany won the World Cup or something? Everybody was partying, really. Something was going on.
No, Brazil won the World Cup. We were in Austria. They were the biggest round of applause when Germany lost.
Oh, yeah. That's why they were so happy. But I remember leaving thinking, I was aware that was a really special experience. Like it wasn't lost on me that something different had happened to my life. But I didn't know that would mean any.
You don't know.
Because Richard, you'd said recently that your other film this year, Nouvelle Vague, is about beginnings, and this film, Blue Moon, is about endings. Do you find that you're in a more sort of like reflective or ruminative place in your life and career right now?
He's always been reflective and ruminative.
Maybe, yeah, no more or less. You know, but yeah, I've always been kind of Larry Hart's fate. I would have liked and been intrigued by in my 20s. You know, I just that doom of an artist who doesn't, you know. Sports, you have an expiration date. You can't be a pro, you know, but arts, we all think we're going to go forever. It's kind of sad to see someone struggling with their own kind of, the cultures, not only is the culture, the musical theater that he's dedicated his life to, kind of leaving him behind aesthetically, his partner's leaving him behind. It's a breakup movie, and his own body is sort of leaving, you know, his problems. And so it's to see someone at the end still kind of clawing forward and not quitting.
Really early on in the experience of talking about it, you started referring to it as a howl. It's like the whole movie is a howl into the night.
Yeah, you know? Of an artist who's
it's like
not going quietly.
A dying animal just refusing to go down.
And Ethan, I mean, did that make you reflect at all about kind of where you are in your...
Then I'm at the end. It's over. The party's over.
Yeah, this is a good last film.
Yeah,
it really is.
You know, it would be great.
It'll be good for the like
longevity of the film.
If you died like 6 months from now, just like
let me work on that.
Let's keep going.
I think I have been obsessed because I started so young. I had a lot of fear about what does it mean to get to keep doing it. I mean, there were so many young people that fall in love with this profession that end up not getting to do it their whole life. And so how to make the transitions in the different developmental stages of your life has always been interesting to me. And I think seeing Larry not make this turn, like what is it? And it's usually self-destruction. You hate to say it, but it's just true. We are usually our own worst enemy.
Yeah, it's even more poignant with an artist who's given so much, but then he's kind of taking, it's...
Because it seems like you're both so prolific, but aside from that, you also just seem really plugged in, and like you both seem really inspired all of the time. Like, where does that come from? Like, how do you hold on to that feeling?
Maybe that's what, like Ethan was like when I first met him. He was 23 and had already done so much. Written a novel, started a theater company, been in a bunch of movies, his own theater group. I met him at a play he was in. It's just like he had that role, but I felt that way too. I always had a script, I always had that next thing. So
you had the Awesome Film Society going. That was like a big inspiration for my theater company's Awesome Film Society. The idea of getting groups of like-minded people together and kind of compressing thought and energy so that everybody grows from it. But I think we're both curious. I think a lack of curiosity is death, and being curious about new people's films. You've always been a great champion of other people's work. And I think if you are looking outward, you stay awake.
Yeah, and Ethan was just in it. Some people are just like, this is the life. They're not conflicted about their own creativity and curiosity. It's like, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Here's what I'm excited about. Let's just keep this rolling until, I don't know. Nothing can really shut that down except, life or mortality or whatever. So.
Do you feel that way for yourself too?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I don't have as many fields of expertise as Ethan does. But
I don't have one field that I can pretend.
Yeah, I kind of have one.
on.
We all play around in others.
Because I don't want to spoil any movie magic, but can you talk a little bit about just some of the stagecraft that went into Blue Moon? Because it's one thing that I just found so fun in the movie is all the different ways that you're making. The real Lorenz Hart was only about 5 feet tall, and there's all these ways that you're making Ethan look very short in the movie.
I know, this was a very humbling film to make.
Yeah, I had to shave my head and do a comb over, and then I had to be a foot shorter than. So you get robbed of all your usual tools of vanity.
Yeah,
that
sure does. You should have seen Ethan during production. He was a freak. He had to wear like a hat and hoodies, but for that time, it was.
The stagecraft thing. Look, the history of movies has forever made people seem taller, so we knew we could do it. It just took a tremendous amount of.
Go the other direction.
We had to go. What. So all the tricks that we made Humphrey Bogart seem huge. How could we, and people are such heightists. The whole world. There's all these. People are. It's standing tall. There's so many expressions about height being associated with power and strength, and
we would never elect a president who wasn't over 6 feet.
What does that mean for the character? He's constantly being diminished by people's perception of him. So it was an essential part of his character, of how he relates to the world. That's how people are treating him, and so we had to incorporate it into the character, and it just became one of many things. I mean, also is like the most loquacious person in the history of the world. I mean, he can't stop talking, and everything out of his mouth was smart in a complete sentence, and so. Robert gave us this unbelievable dialogue, but we needed to sculpt it and work on it for years.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to try to pull off a movie that's in real time at one opening night party, the script has to be,
it has to be tight.
Yeah.
It
and
has
Robert
to be,
Robert did that.
Yeah. And our goal was just the whole thing to be like a Rodgers and Hart song, funny, kind of witty, romantic, but ultimately kind of sad. And
I came to start
too.
thinking about my job was like Hart, the lyrics, and your job was like Rodgers, which is the infrastructure to support the lyrics. And so that was it was a great way to think about the movie.
Yeah. And then, Ethan, it's funny. There's kind of 3 Hamlet-related projects that are sort of at festivals right now. You were just on a panel at Telluride talking about Hamlet. Your 2000 adaptation was featured in this documentary Video Heaven that's out right now.
Yeah.
Why do you think like Hamlet's sort of like in the air right now? Like, what do you think that that character, that play has to say
one
about
thing
right
you
now?
learn, for people that have had a child, when somebody in your life is pregnant, all of a sudden you notice that a lot of people are pregnant. And once you do Hamlet, you realize it's actually always in the air. And Riz Ahmed's just doing a brilliant portrayal right now, and that's got everybody talking about it actively again. But there is something about that story that is always pervasive, always beautiful, trying a really brilliant person coming to grips with the fact that we live in an unjust world and vibrating off that through grief. What is action? What is non-action? What are the benefits of both? I mean, it's a profound piece. It was what I did with Andrew Scott, Oscar Isaac, and Riz Ahmed. We did this panel at the Telluride Film Festival, and it was shockingly fun, actually. I mean, it sounds like intellectual.
Some Hamlets together, though.
Yeah, well, we all made fun of each other mercilessly, because obviously none of us liked the other one's performance. And when you spend, a year of your life or something geeking out on material, you come up with opinions. But I don't know. I think all the issues of that magnificent text, and what's great about what Riz is doing is he's doing in 2025 what we were trying to do in 2000, or what Olivier was doing in, what it was at 48 or something like that. It's like trying to make the play relate to the present moment. And with great writing, you can do it if you put enough thought into it.
Because now I'm trying to think, what would a Richard Linklater Shakespeare adaptation look like?
Oh, we're going to do one.
We have one.
Yeah, we have
But
one.
it's not for a while.
It's not for a while.
It's
It's our final film. You can guess.
Yeah. It's final film. That bar's getting pushed later and later, too.
Yeah,
I noticed,
yeah.
because I already have another.
We're eating healthier and healthier.
Yeah.